Hello again, everyone. On today's video, I'm going to take you through my rankings of the songs of A Hard Day's Night by the Beatles. We're going to go from the bottom to the toppermost. This list is going to be a little bit more difficult because I consider every song on here to be very good to excellent. So, without any further ado, let's check it out. In at number 13 is I'm Happy Just to Dance with You, Just to Dance with You. Written by John for George. One thing that stands out to me on this song is Ringo's percussion, specifically the low drum beat, which I assumed was a bass drum. When you got the old headphones on or the earbuds in, you can really pick it up. I've read it's anywhere from a African drum to an Arabian loose skin Arabian bongo. Hey bongo, or just a regular old tom tom. Whatever it is, it gives the drumming here a unique and distinctive sound. And I guess you could say it's makes it easy to dance to. Yes, this fell to number 12. Please don't give me any hell. If I Fell is at number 12. I really do like this song. I just don't like it as much as others. It's got beautiful harmonies from John and Paul, and some do consider this a step up from, say, This Boy. But I consider This Boy to be a stronger effort. In saying that, If I Fell is still a wonderful and attractive little ballad. Coming in at number 11 is Tell Me Why. I personally think that John, or at least get the feeling that he may have been trying to recreate or create his own version of Twist and Shout. And even at the time, or he said later at the time, that he thought it sounded like maybe the all-girl group of that era. Still, it's got a great John Lennon vocal, and as usual, a tight performance by the group. Finding its home at number 10 is When I Get Home. You can really feel, or at least I can, the Motown influence on this one, which makes it good. But it's also the early John Lennon style, which makes it better. Good vocals, good instrumentation, and of course, a good little song, When I Get Home. In at number 9 is I'll Cry Instead. I really enjoy the country flair and the early Elvis influences on this song, or at least that's what I hear. Uh, Once again, great instrumentation on a really, really good song. Apparently, John did have a chip on his shoulder. At number 8 is And I Love Her. And for starters, George's acoustic guitar solo at the beginning simply makes the song. And at the time, it gave quite a different feeling to a Beatles song. It's got groovy bongos by Ringo and a splendid trio of acoustic guitar players in George, Paul, and John. And it makes it a transcendent little ballad. I'll Be Back. Close. Is at number 7. Another triple threat combo of John, Paul, and George on the acoustic guitars drives this little number. John said it was one of his early favorites, and it's been an early and favorite of mine with his smooth, straightforward vocal. I'll Be Back at number 7. In at number 6 is a B-side to Can't Buy Me Love, which is You Can't Do That. Can't buy me love, can't do that. Can't Buy Me Love. Can't do that. It's a lot of can'ts. Anyway, you can't do that. John said he was trying a little Wilson Pickett style on this one. It's got a really good intro and outro from George, and you could say that this was probably the beginning, maybe, of the theme of jealousy songs that John wrote throughout his career. At number 6, you can't do that. The remaining 5 songs you could toss a blanket over and just start choosing them out of there because they're all so close, especially with me. So let's pull one out, and what do we get? Song number 5 is Anytime at All. Boo, boo, boo. I agree with John, and he said that it was on the style of It Won't Be Long, which is another one of my favorite ones, and did pretty well on my last list. It's a wonderfully executed and well-constructed song, and it's one of my early favorites. Anytime at All is at number 5. Grabbing that 4th spot is Things We Said Today. I kind of consider this an in-between song between We Can Work It Out and When I'm 64. Both have sentimentalities in their own ways, but they all line up to me. Really good effort here by Paul. Strong vocal by Paul. And John, in his 1980 Playboy interview, said it was a good song. I guess you have to take whatever you can get. Ooh, we're getting so close. So close. In at number 3 is I Should Have Known Better, and not the Richard Marx version. I've loved this song since I was a wee little boy. And it's got the most recognizable harmonica in a song ever recorded. Ever. That might be a little much, but to me it is. And it's got a great 12-string Rickenbacker from George, a wonderful vocal from John, which makes this song one of my all-time early favorites by the Beatles. I Should Have Known Better at number 3. At number 2 is the Paul McCartney gem, Can't Buy Me Love. Another one that gets you right at the beginning, pulls you right in, and that's pretty good because it starts with the chorus. That was George Martin's idea. Sublime lead vocal from Paul, George again on the 12-string Rickenbacker, John's rhythm guitar, and Ringo's steady beat make this song an instant classic and number 2 on my list. Can't Buy Me Love. Can't Buy Me Love. Yes, of course. It's the title song, A Hard Day's Night. That's what's number 1. And right at the start, with that chord, it hooks you in. I don't know if it's a combination of 5 strumming guitars crashing down on 4 pianos, hitting a porcelain Belgian license plate from the 1950s with a sledgehammer. Whatever it is, it's never really ever been recreated. And if somebody has, I bet it still doesn't sound right. And after that chord, the song with its lyrics and its sound is a pure masterpiece. So that's what makes A Hard Day's Night the number 1 song on A Hard Day's Night. Well, I hope you enjoyed my rankings of the songs, the Beatles album of Hard Day's Night. Next up will be my rankings of the Beatles album, Beatles for Sale. And if you haven't seen any of my other videos, please take a look. If you like this video, please give it a like. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. So, until next time,